name is Nathan Kim. I'm the executive chef here at Tullibee restaurant, located on the first floor of the Hewing Hotel in the heart of the North Loop neighborhood. The restaurant as a whole and the hotel went through a refresh with brand new furniture, a refresh on the aesthetic. And what you're about to see is some of the brand new menus. Our focus is still on nature, the woods and lakes. Imagine taking a walk through the woods, finding some beautiful mushrooms, going fishing, catching a beautiful trout in the lake. What that represents for me is not only like sourcing locally, but globally inspired. And I'll continue to refresh the menu through the seasons. One of two pastas we'll be showcasing: a smoked squash cappelletti. The squash we used from local farms. So the smoked component, we actually smoke the butter that we fold into the pasta filling. The filling is a combination of roasted bocha butternut squash, ricotta, lemon zest, and the smoked butter underneath a ragu of roasted maitakes. To finish, we have a reduction of maple and cherry vinegar, crispy potato breadcrumbs, chives, and apples compressed in a little bit of verjus. First press grape juice. It's one of my favorite ingredients to use because it provides a clean acidity, sweet and sour, textural. My team is local to Minneapolis and Minnesota. What you'll see often on our menu is a riff on classics. One dish that I centered on was the Juicy Lucy. I took that idea and took it into a beef tartar. We're using local beef from Feller's Ranch with preserved ramps, foraged locally. In the dressing, another local homage, we use Crybaby Craig's hot sauce, which is like super herbaceous with the habanero, a lighter take on beef tartar, offset with all these bright pickles. So the preserved ramps are pickled red onion, pickled radish, and then you have this smoked cheddar mousse, and texturally clean, crunchy beef, kind of offset with this like rich, light cheddar mousse. One thing we are remaining committed to is our relationships with sourcing locally bison and beef ravioli. So the bison and beef we're sourcing from Peterson Farms, just across the border in Wisconsin. We take both, slowly braise it with a bunch of mirepoix and aromatics, a little bit of red wine reduced down, then piped inside of delicate ravioli. Deanna lovingly makes fresh each day. And to tie in the sauce, we have buttery ramp and espelette butter. Espelette is a French spice blend, usually with dried red peppers. There's a little bit of orange zest in there. It's very complex, fruity. It cuts through the richness of the beef and the bison. And then it's finished with roasted diced celery root and a little bit of chive. So one area of focus we have turned to in the reopening menu is a commitment to kind of cooking healthier as a whole. The sweet potato dish, which we roast very hot, it allows the sugars of the sweet potato to caramelize. We toss it in a intense but citrusy glaze made from citrus hot honey, a little bit of shiokoji. Shiokoji is a Japanese ingredient. It's kind of like an umami booster. Also gets a little bit of chopped preserved Calabrian chili for a little bit of like subtle heat. At the base of the plate, black garlic aioli, and the final component, a condiment of toasted pumpkin seeds, and another Japanese ingredient called yuzu kosho, preserved yuzu rind, packed in salt with green chilies, layering of flavors. Creamy, savory black garlic aioli, sweet, deeply bright sweet potato. Citrus really comes through, the Calabrian chili comes through for acidity. One of my earliest food memories is my mom did cook for us at home. One of my favorite dishes she makes is Korean braised short ribs. And I enrolled in culinary school in the south side of Chicago at Washburn Culinary Institute. My most recent position before moving here to the Twin Cities was as opening chef de cuisine and then executive chef of Oblique's restaurant in the River North neighborhood of Chicago. Foundationally built on French cuisine, but this is where I really delve deeper into more broader global influences. Next up, lamb meatballs. I'm using local lamb from Hidden Stream Farms. It's a mix of ground lamb, ground beef, very thin, kind of crispy exterior. The center is very moist and rich. Spices made into sofrito. In there we have toasted coriander, fennel seed, Aleppo, smoked paprika, roasted garlic. All that kind of accentuate the umami factor of the lamb. It's balanced with this like cool, refreshing mint labna. It's a strained yogurt finished with a kind of bright, crunchy pistachio gremolata. My pastry chef, Corey Wall, one thing she loves to do is take nostalgic classic flavors and update them. Next up, Corey plating our sticky toffee pudding. In tying with our open fire hearth cooking, one beautiful component of this dish, beyond the date cake, is the smoked vanilla ice cream. Think cooking like s'mores over an open campfire. And for me, this dish like really hits that comfort level. This beautiful chocolate sauce with a warm cake. For our last dessert, Chef Corey made her take on a baked Alaska. At the center, a guava sherbet, honey cake, which is the foundation, bright lemon curd, a light fluffy meringue that gets torched. This one is a little bit more modern. It's finished with some beautiful crispy meringue shards. This dish really leans toward a more brighter, acidic style. The goal is to never achieve palate fatigue. And for me, a great opportunity to intentionally add some broader global influences, taking the idea of a classic baked Alaska. We've refreshed it and brightened it up with global flavors like guava and Meyer Lemon, bringing some modern flavor profiles, which really kind of take the menu to a new level. It'll surprise you in many ways.